Stop. Do not scroll. You have exactly 30 seconds before this window closes, and Archangel Michael is standing on the other side of it whispering your name. This is not a title designed to trick you. This is not a video the algorithm randomly pushed. This is a divine interception, and if you leave right now, the seal will lift and the message will pass to someone else. My beloved child, please do not let that happen tonight. Something shifted in the heavens the moment your finger touched this screen. A scroll was opened, a candle was lit, and a warrior angel with a flaming sword turned his head and said, "There they are. Finally they came. You did not stumble here. You were pulled here. That strange heaviness in your chest today, that restless feeling you could not explain, that sudden urge to check your phone right at this exact minute, that was not random. That was Michael tugging on the invisible thread tied to your soul. Heaven has been trying to reach you for days, maybe weeks. You ignored the first sign. You brushed off the second. You told yourself the third was just a coincidence. But this one you cannot walk away from, because the frequency of this message is vibrating on the exact wavelength of your spirit right now, and your body already knows it. That is why your eyes are still on this screen. That is why you have not moved. Last night, while you were sleeping, something enormous happened over your house. At exactly 3:17 in the morning, a shift occurred in the spiritual realm. Archangel Michael appeared before the throne of God holding a sealed envelope with your full name written across it in gold fire. He knelt down and said, "Father, this one has waited long enough. This one has cried enough. This one has been faithful in the silence. Release it now." And God, without hesitation, nodded and said, "Release it, but hide a message inside. Only if they open it in time will they receive the full weight of what I have prepared." That envelope is what you are holding right now spiritually in your hands. This message is the seal, and you only have a small window before it closes. Now listen carefully, because what I am about to tell you was never meant for the crowd. This miracle you have been waiting for, the one you almost stopped praying for, the one you whispered about at 2 in the morning when the tears would not stop, it was approved. It was written. It was stamped. But it was delayed. And I need you to hear why. Someone close to you, someone you trusted, was unknowingly standing in the way. Not out of hatred, not out of malice, but their doubt, their words, their heaviness had wrapped around your blessing like a chain. Archangel Michael saw it. He did not wait for permission. He unsheathed his sword, and last night, at the exact moment the clock struck 3, that chain snapped in two. The flame on the candle beside your name flickered violently, and every angel in the room turned to watch, because they knew what that flicker meant. Your breakthrough had just been released. But here is the part almost nobody talks about. The miracle is only half of what heaven prepared for you. The other half is the revelation hidden underneath it, and without the revelation, the miracle becomes a map without a destination. That is why Michael is shouting through this screen right now. Open it. Open all of it. Do not walk away with half of what belongs to you. My beloved, before I go one step further, I need you to promise heaven something. Do not scroll. Do not click away. Do not let the enemy convince you that this is just another video. The angels are literally counting who stays. Michael himself is watching the number rise. And if you want to stay marked among the faithful few, tap that subscribe button right now and let heaven register your name. This is not about a channel. This is about a covenant. Show heaven you are one of the ones who did not run. Now breathe, because what comes next is going to unlock something inside you that has been sealed for years. The miracle you are about to receive is not really about the thing you asked for. It is about who you become the moment it arrives. Heaven does not just hand out blessings to the same version of a person who was broken. Heaven waits until it sees something rise inside you that most people never develop. Endurance, silent faith, the kind of prayer you whispered when you had no strength left to speak. That is when God said, "Now, write their name on the unbreakable scroll." But wrapped inside this miracle is a choice, and you cannot escape it. Either you slip back into the version of you that almost drowned, or you rise into the version of you that heaven approved last night. There is no middle ground anymore. That is why this warning is so urgent. That is why Michael is banging on the door of your spirit shouting, "Open this now. And listen, my child, this blessing is not going to arrive with fireworks." Michael wanted it loud. He wanted trumpets. He wanted the whole earth to know. But God said no. He said, "Let it arrive softly, like a secret only my faithful can hear." So watch for the small things. A stranger's smile. A phone call at the wrong time that turns out to be the right time. A door that used to be locked suddenly swinging open. That is where your miracle is waiting. Do you feel that warmth in your chest right now? That is not your phone. That is not your imagination. That is Michael standing in the room with you. One hand on your shoulder, the other gripping his sword, whispering, "I am here. I have not left. I will not leave until this is finished." A spiritual gate opened the moment you said yes to staying on this message, and light is pouring into corners of your soul that fear had walled off for years. You may not see the full picture tonight, but the seed has been planted, and by morning you will feel different in a way you cannot explain. Somewhere out there, a soul who is still lost is going to be led to their own light because of the courage you showed tonight by not scrolling away. That is how strong your yes was. It rippled. It moved something in the invisible realm that will echo for generations in your bloodline. Your children, and your children's children, will walk a lighter path because of what you agreed to receive tonight. And to those of you feeling a sudden ache in your heart, thinking about a loved one who has already passed on, let the tears fall. They are permitted tonight. That soul is close to you right now. They have been given a moment to draw near, and they are whispering to heaven, "Thank you." Finally, they heard it. That warmth on your cheek, that feeling of being watched over gently, that is real. That is love that never died. Beloved, before I continue, I want you to type one word in the comments below. Just one. Type Amen. Do not treat it lightly. Let it be the sound of your faith rising. Let it be your spirit's official signature on what heaven is doing tonight. The angels are marking every single one, and each Amen is being carried straight to the throne. Do it now before you forget. Now listen closely, because in the next 48 hours, something is going to happen that will make you stop and whisper. So this is what that message was about. Could arrive as a phone call from someone you have not heard from in months. Could be a stranger who says exactly what you needed to hear. Could be a sudden clarity that hits you in the middle of an ordinary moment. When it happens, do not question it. Do not talk yourself out of it. That is your confirmation. That is heaven keeping its promise. For some of you, the miracle will arrive as fire. Big dreams, bold visions, waking up at 3 in the morning with your heart racing because God is downloading a blueprint of the life you were always meant to build. Write those visions down. Do not dismiss them. Those are not fantasies. Those are the sacred instructions for your next chapter. For others, the miracle will arrive as peace. The people who used to drain you will suddenly lose their grip. The situations that used to trigger you will stop touching you. The noise will quiet. That is not indifference. That is heaven surgically removing everything that was stealing your light. And here is what Michael needs you to promise tonight. Do not go back. Do not return to the fear. Do not shrink to fit into rooms that were never meant to hold the new you. Do not dim your fire to comfort the people who only loved you when you were broken. Let them fall away. That is not loss. That is alignment. That is holy elevation. You are being sealed tonight, beloved. Your home is being covered. A boundary has been drawn around your bloodline that no darkness can cross. Michael has taken position at your door, and he will not move until every last piece of your restoration is complete. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Not until you are fully walking in the calling you were born for. Now, if this message has touched even one part of your spirit tonight, I need you to do one last thing before you rest. Share this. Send it to one person. Just one. Someone whose name just floated across your mind while I was speaking. That is not a coincidence. That is heaven using you as a channel. And the moment you send it, watch how quickly your own breakthrough accelerates. Because the divine principle is this. When you become the reason someone else hears the whisper, your own whisper turns into a shout. And beloved, hit that like button right now if you have not yet. It is your spirit saying, I receive. I align. I accept everything heaven is releasing over my life. That single tap is a signature in the spiritual realm. The angels see it. Heaven records it. And every blessing that was waiting on your yes moves one step closer. Tonight is your turning point. This is not the end of a video. This is the beginning of a new chapter written in gold across the scroll of your life. Archangel Michael has one final word for you before he lets you go. He says, I have fought battles for you in rooms you will never see. I stood at the gate of your house tonight and I declared, no more fear, no more delay, no more hiding. This soul is marked. This home is sealed. This bloodline is covered. Rest now, my beloved. The war you were fighting in silence is over. I am not leaving. I never was. So close your eyes tonight with a soft smile. Breathe like the storm is behind you, because it is. Sleep like the angels are guarding your door, because they are. And wake up tomorrow ready to walk into everything that was promised. Everything that was written. Everything that was sealed the moment you refused to scroll away. You are chosen. You are covered. You are healed. You are loved. And this, beloved, is only the beginning. Type "My miracle is here" in the comments right now. Not "I hope." Not "maybe." Speak it like it is already done, because in the eyes of heaven, it is. And do not forget to subscribe and turn the notification bell on. So the next prophetic word Michael releases lands directly in your hands the moment it is spoken. The heavens are still open. Your name is still being whispered. And Archangel Michael is still standing at your door. Rest, beloved. You are finally home.